Hey everybody, and welcome to Cut Transform Glue. For this video I decided to break out another project from the channel, and I'm of course talking about the repair robot, one of my favorite projects I've ever made back in 2020. On the back of it, on its left shoulder, there's this Death Stranding inspired third arm, and as you probably already saw in the title and thumbnail of the video, to make this third arm I used one of the mightiest greeblies I have in my collection, and of course I'm talking about the elbow part of a Wi-Fi antenna. And since I first used this piece on my combat robot, I pretty much fell in love with it and been using it in almost every project right here on the channel. You can see this part being used on the Ruby Hunter project, the mascot of the channel, where I used it to craft an arm that is holding the vacuum cleaner nozzle. Or maybe on the Rover project, where I used a bunch of these Wi-Fi antenna elbow pieces to craft an arm that is holding a drill that is performing tests on alien soil. I think you guys got the idea. The possibilities with this one are pretty much endless. But here's the problem. While I still have a decent amount of those in my collection, I don't like the idea of buying Wi-Fi antennas to use on my projects, so I decided to build my own. So I began by jumping on Fusion 360 and designing the first version. And then I printed the pieces on my Bambu Lab A1, which is now my favorite printer on the shop, my daily driver, and I'll include some links to this printer on the description box, and if you decide to grab one of those for yourself, well, you'll be helping the channel. But yeah, I printed the pieces, and the next thing I did was of course to put everything together. Now right here comes the trick piece, the one thing that made everything work on this project. This simple M3 nut right here. This thing has a secret inside it, but I'll tell you all about it later. To avoid using supports, I printed some of the holes closed and had to re-drill them open, and aiming for strength, I broke the middle piece in three and printed them laid flat on the print bed. Sounds confusing, but I'll make sure it makes sense by the end of the video. But yeah, this is why I'm using some CA glue to put the pieces together. And of course, one thing that I'll do for the final version is to go get some bolts on the proper length. An extra M3 bolt and nut comes from the side. And after putting everything together, this right here is the result. As you can see, there's a bit of tension on the system, which is good because I can keep it on a pose, ideal for model making. And this right here is exactly what I was telling you guys about a minute ago. The middle piece is broke in three pieces, but there's also a single piece version which is printed upwards. And here's the piece that makes everything work, the trick I've told you before. Right here we have two nearly identical M3 nuts, but the one in the left is a self-locking nut. The self-locking nut has a tiny portion of nylon inside it, which, as you can tell by the pink tape, prevents the bolt from spinning. And this is very important. Right here I have an example where I used a regular nut, and as you can tell by the pink tape, the bolt is spinning, which adds or removes tension from the system and the thing won't work. Later that day, looking around in my shop, I found some tiny M3 brass inserts and decided to try to shrink my design down and make it as little as possible, even though the brass insert is kinda taller than the nut. But before I jumped into this new version, I had to test some tolerances. So I printed a test piece where each hole had a 0.1mm increment in diameter. The first two holes were too loose, but the third and the fourth were perfect with a bit of heat. And even though it is kinda hard to be precise using heat on a 3D printer piece, the result is much stronger. Then I went back on Fusion 360 and designed a brand new, smaller version, but this time aiming for just 90 degrees of movement, just like the Wi-Fi antenna I used as a reference. But when I started putting the thing together, I noticed something was very wrong with the model. I basically couldn't move the arm because I needed a relief on that spot right there on the corner. I quickly modeled and printed a second version, this time with a spot where I could put the brass insert, but this new version is so small that I had to trim the brass insert a little. And things worked much better on the second try. I had 90 degrees of freedom of movement. It compared pretty well against the original Wi-Fi antenna in terms of size, but still my original idea was to try to use the self-locking nut, and I knew this was going to be challenging on such a small design. Still, I gave it a third try. I went back on Fusion 360, made some adjustments and printed this third version, including a spot where I could put the M3 nut. And I'll just go ahead and tell that this third version worked pretty good. Now, unfortunately, I ran out of self-locking nuts and had to order some online, which I'm currently waiting for so I can keep going with this project. But once I get it, I'll prepare a nice batch so they're ready for future projects. The STL files from these joints are now available for my patrons on the Combat Robot tier, so check the links below. Let me know in the comments if you like these technical deep dives, and as always, thanks for watching.